y'all? It's Kimra here, back with our Mars Through the Signs series. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. I have a lot of experience with this energy by way of dating, reading charts. I also have this placement in my tropical chart, and yeah, this energy is pretty fascinating, and Scorpio videos are always the most watched because Scorpios tend to be very probing and very heavily interested in human psychology. And so let's just jump right in. With Mars, we have it's representing our drive, masculine energy in a female's chart, sexual libido, how we go after what we want, our passion, what we're passionate about, how we act in our aggressive energy, how we act when we're upset, when we're angry, and how Mars is aspected will show these things as well. What house is Mars is in, these things. So you have to look at everything. What else? Our hot-headedness, our ability to, our impulsivity. You'll see where Mars is sitting within the planet Mars. The sign of Scorpio, represented originally ruled by Mars, okay, up until Pluto was discovered. So co-ruled by Mars, ruled by Pluto. 8th house, sex, death, transformation, rebirth, karma, fear, because this is Pluto. The orgasm is represented by Pluto. It's just blood, the secretions, the groin area. All these things are ruling. Our Scorpio is ruling over. So with Mars and Scorpio, this is a psychological sign. So the first thing that you want to know about these people, the first thing that you're going to have to know about these people is that they are extremely psychologically driven. Okay, the ins and outs to someone's psychology, or the lack thereof, is what's going to drive these people. If there's something to dig deeper in, then they will not stop. If they feel this is a shallow connection or this won't really go anywhere, they might not even bother. And these people can also come off they're on the same axis as Taurus. So these people can come off very boring or just simple, because they could hide a lot, okay? And if they're not comfortable with you, they're not letting you know, all right? So you might think this person is just like your everyday average woman, or just something about her is really sexy. You got this feeling like maybe she like, I don't know, she's into something kinky, but that's just the vibe I give off. But otherwise, she's just coming off very disinterested and nerdy. This could be a Mars and Scorpio. And then they could turn out to be a dancer, an exotic dancer. They could turn out to be a web model. They could turn out to be a witch, a psychic, or a sex therapist. And you would never have a clue, because Scorpio also rules over the area of mystery, okay? Like in hidden things is the 8th house. Not like 12th house things that are subconscious and hidden from us, but things that we hide by nature, like extramarital affairs, which can also attract things like that. They can also, Mars and Scorpio, this is dark energy, and this is also sexually magnetic energy. So these people can attract everything, everyone, okay? Similar to Mars in Libra. Libra is ruling over Venus, 7th house, other people. Mars in Libra can attract a lot of other people in general as well. This can also play out with Mars and Scorpio, but it's that sexual magnetism, and they can have an element of danger to them or attract elements of danger to them. They could attract very sexually predatory people into their lives if they're not careful. And at a young age, these people tend to have been, they could have been very provocative, attracted, maybe older men, for instance. Also, again, going back to attraction, these people are very attracted to the bad boy, someone who has a darker side to them. Think like the person that has like a constant, they're looking like their life is like a constant black and white movie. The bad boy with a heart of gold. Like, these people are very attracted to that. The bad girl with a heart of gold. Like, she seems like she has this tough exterior. Oh, but if I can get beneath that, I can own her. Because these people are not attracted to everyone. They're attracted to someone that has depth. Someone that doesn't seem like they're for everybody. Someone that seems like they can like manipulate, and they can influence. Okay, they want someone that's more so, they could be attracted to some more so virginal vibe. They're not going to be attracted to, like, even if it's the bad boy, they more so the rebel type. And this could be the type in society that's not so promiscuous as well, you know. But also, like, with men, you can see them being attracted to the stripper. I've seen Mars and Scorpio men date a lot of strippers, stripper after stripper. Mars and Scorpio women, they can be attracted to the guy that drives fast, sells weed, cusses a lot. Mars and Scorpio, like, just touching on that, Mars, this is sex, okay? Scorpio, the 8th house, this is the genitalia, the area that they rule. Okay, so you got to look at everything. And with women, these are people with high sex appeal, especially if they have like a trine going on, or if they do have, like I said, Mars conjunct the sun. Highly sexy, sex pot. Think Melissa Ford, who was able to like manifest that sexual energy and become, you know, like the late 90s / early 2000s top video model. But yeah, the Mars and Scorpio can play. You have to definitely look at the aspects. With Mars and Scorpio, people tend to see them as like I said, they're very sexually magnetic, very provocative people. They can tend to push a lot of buttons, and they have the ability to get information on you and remain a mystery, or keep certain aspects of themselves hidden whilst knowing things about you that are a lot of people wouldn't know. So they could use this as this is psychological warfare. We're talking about that side of Mars, okay, with Scorpio. So these people you could think that you have one up on them, and they're gonna wait it out, because these people play chess, not checkers, okay? And this is like the strongest place for Mars, aside from Mars and Aries, but I'd say even stronger place for Mars is Mars and Scorpio, because of their ability to harness their power and their sexual nature, which is really connected to how we go after what we want in life. These people are strong sexual manifestors, and Scorpio is very karmic energy. So Mars and Scorpio people tend to you know, experience people going through their own karmas in life, or huge turning points in their life. Experience people like getting either robbed, or giving birth, or you know, extreme things. They can catch very violent or sexually explicit moments with this placement, because Mars is how you attract and what you attract. And the things you know, of the 8th house and Scorpio and Plutonic, this is some dark shit. So it can run its gamut, and it's not a bad thing, okay? This is like a very powerful placement for Mars, and that's because of their ability to harness all the good and bad. Again, they're sexually very magnetic, very sexual, very sexy, but they are not attracted to everyone. You cannot one-night stand them, and if you are somehow, they're usually too smart for that, and if you are somehow able, you got two sides of Mars. You got the kind that's more sexually reserved, and who wants more of that psychological, deeper, spiritual, otherworldly, well, we probably knew each other in a past life, you know, type vibe. You know, just keep in mind, in general, this is still like that 50 Shades of Grey, S&M type, you know, power plays with this energy. Whether or not they're interested in deeper sexual connections or more long-term relationships, or even if they're into like the more one-night stands and consistent hit its and quit its, because I've seen that too with Mars and Scorpio, which are two different ways this can play out. But either way, you can see that they'll want to dominate in bed. the thing with the ones that like the more shallow relationships, before I touch on more so their performance in bed, is that like they really can drain themselves doing this, because this is their stamina, okay, orgasm stamina. So, you know, that constant release in these shallow relationships, they tend to not find it fulfilling. The ones that do indulge in these like meaningless sexual connections, they think that they're starting this sexual revolution and, you know, really spreading like this free love narrative, but in reality they're just draining their vitality and their energy levels. And this is what a more elevated Mars and Scorpio understands, because again, this rules over like secretions, bodily secretions, STDs. So this energy can be harnessed. It's one of the most, in my opinion, the most powerful placement in Mars. Probably only second to Mars and Capricorn, but I would probably bet on them, you know, probably only second to Mars and Capricorn. But if this energy is abused, it can rear its ugly head by way of sexual transmitted diseases, especially like if Mars is poorly aspected, or if there's bad hard aspects to Mars. We could see this be like, you know, them getting cheated on, or them cheating, their lover bringing them back, you know, an unwanted disease, you know, or them just being too loose with their sexual style, and, you know, the results playing out in adverse ways. But you gotta look at everything. It depends on how the chart is aspected. Typically, these people really take sex seriously. Sex is religion for these people. These people are sex gods. Sex is life. Sex is love. Sex is why they get up every morning and brush their teeth. Okay? Sex is why they get up and wash their car. Sex is why they get up and walk their dog in short shorts. Okay? Like, sex is like the bottom. This is orgasm and drive. Okay? So their sexual drive is very strong. Their sexual stamina is very long. Okay? And they tend to very much so be interested in deeper connections. And I think it really has to do with that. First of all, a psychological connection, and also the stamina level being crazy. It's going to be very difficult for these people to really meet them at their level. Okay? Because this is a strong placement, powerful placement for Mars. Again, in the bedroom, they really want to dominate, and not physically like a Mars and Aries, but more so spiritually. All the Mars and water signs, they want to spiritually connect. Okay, it's more like this astral, you know, projective type sex going on. It's not just physical, and sometimes it's not physical. Okay, they really like to mind fuck you before they fuck you, and you have to mind fuck them before you can fuck them. Okay, like they very much so require mental stimulation. Like I can't say this with Mars and Virgo, Mars and Gemini, Mars and Aquarius, and Mars and Scorpio. That mental, just about that mental connection. Spiritually, not so much with the other ones that I just named. Okay, but mentally they all have that in common. Like you have to get them here before you can get them here. Okay. What else? Yes, in the bedroom, this is sexual magnetism. This is plutonic energy. This is obsession. These people can attract dangerous elements to them in regards to who they lay down with. They can attract obsessive partners, stalkers, people that just won't let them go. It's crazy too, because even when they don't, even if they don't want a deeper connection, they tend to have partners who just had a taste and just can't get enough. Just come back for more. One night stands tend to turn into relationships with this placement. I've seen a lot. Even unwanted, even if it's unwanted. Also, this sign should be careful of any just accidents or danger regarding like their sexual activities. Just it could play out in different ways, But yeah, like I've seen a Mars in Scorpio or to send people to the hospital after around like after, you know, going around. And I've also seen yeah, like I've seen Mars and Scorpio sex play out as like resulting in someone having to go to the hospital emergency room sometimes. It's not funny, but yeah, like it could, like I said, you have to look at how it's aspected and also how the transits are affecting these planets and your houses. That like that matters a lot. But all in all, this is a wonderful place for Mars. Like I said, stamina, the ability to like staying power and concentration power, willpower here is very heightened. They know how to just stay focused and probe and really just like dig deep into something until they find out, you know, the bottom line. These people make great therapists, great sex therapists, great healers, great sexual healers. Their sex could very much so be healing because this does rule the genitalia area. They can just also attract obsessive partners and people that want to possess them and own them and dominate them as well, especially if this is a woman with this Mars and Scorpio placement. Also, physical violence can be a theme depending on how this position is aspected. Domestic violence can play out in a very plutonic or dark, you know, low vibrational relationship. But otherwise, like I said, this is a beautiful place for Mars. Sex pots all day, very psychic and sexually aware. So that means they know what you're doing in bed, and they know if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, they could just read you very well, and these people tend to be sexually very, like I said, intuitive. So it's easy for them to know what you like and be able to, like, you know, this is why people tend to like Mars and Scorpio, to tend to like having sex with Mars and Scorpio energy, because of that psychic sex that they have, that vibe where they know what you want without you even having to say it, you know, without them having ever touched you before. So yeah, a beautiful place for Mars. Stay tuned for Mars in Sagittarius. Until next time.